When I decided to leave the church home behind, when I decided to leave religion behind and pursue spirituality or understand more about what spirituality is, I also realized in this whole transition that I left everything that was deemed religious. And one of the things that I left behind was what we call prayer, because I thought prayer was something that was only considered to be something that was for religious people. Prayer is not just exclusive to religious people. To give more clarity, let's give an example of what prayer is and what is the definition of prayer. Prayer is the act of connecting to something that is sacred, something that is invisible, something that is what we consider the divine. Prayer is also asking for something, thinking, giving gratitude, sharing something, confessing something to something greater than yourself. So, are our prayers answered from God, the universe, spirit, whatever you identify with, or whatever you resonate with? Are our prayers answered? Prayers are always answered. We just don't like the way that they come. What I mean by that, based off of the definition that I shared, is when you are setting a prayer or setting attention to connect to something greater than yourself, you're going to receive a message, but that message has to come through your ego. So it has to filter through all of your human understanding, human conception, human thoughts. And so when we understand a lot about the nature of the ego dwells in preferences, dislikes, and likes. And so if your ego gets the message that I don't want to do this or I don't like this answer, we think that prayer doesn't work, or we think that our prayers wasn't answered. So, to give you an example of that, let's just say you want to have a beautiful, highly stimulating, satisfying, fulfilling, joyful, healing relationship. You want to connect with your soulmate. That's a prayer that you put out into the universe or into God. You receive the message, and the next day you meet a girl. Okay. Now, this girl is someone who is very beautiful. She's very attractive. She's very intelligent. You instantly feel drawn to her and you guys get into a relationship. Now, throughout that relationship, you start to realize that she has a lot of unresolved emotions, traumas, and things of that nature that starts to make you feel like, I don't know if this is the right person for me. I asked God to bring me someone who is my soulmate, and you start to think that this can't be my soulmate because they have all these problems. This is where things get interesting, because we think that when we set out a prayer, it's supposed to come on a silver platter. It's supposed to come dressed up with a bunch of fruit and cheese and crackers. And it's supposed to be this beautiful experience, not knowing that this person is not technically our soulmate, but they are part of the journey to getting to our soulmate. We have to understand that there isn't going to be this beautiful angel that's just going to come to you and say, okay, I have 3 jelly beans. I got a blue one, a green one, and a yellow one. It doesn't matter what jelly bean that you choose, you will experience pleasure and joy and fulfillment regardless of whatever it is that you pick, because this is a prayer that I'm answering for you, and we're going to make sure that you receive everything that you want. And though that may be true, you have to go through an experience. And that experience is the catalyst for you to attract that partner. Because think about it in this perspective. If you do attract this ideal partner, what make you think that they want to be in a relationship with you when you have some unresolved issues that you haven't dealt with? Our prayers are answered on a consistent basis. It's just when it manifests in the physical, we reject, we deny, we do not accept the way that it has came. And so we automatically assume that our prayers aren't working, but they're working. You just got to put the work in to cultivate it and hold it and ground it into your being. A lot of times prayer doesn't look like fantasy. It look like putting the fucking work in. A lot of times prayer looks like an alchemical process of you doing some type of internal work to receive what it is that you want from your heart. I feel that more than anything, especially in today's time, everybody's on a prayer line. Everybody's speaking out. Everyone's trying to seek something greater than what they're currently experiencing, doing to what's going on in America. And so I say that to say, bring your awareness to what it is that you're asking for, and then ask yourself, are you willing to put in the work once God, source, divine, shares the message that this is what you need to do? Check your ego and don't allow your ego to tell you we're not about to do that shit. There got to be another way. You just got your message, accept the message and go through the process. Have the faith, develop the courage, develop the willingness, right? They say this in the Bible. Where there's a will, there's a way. Everything we want in life we can have, but we, for some strange reason, completely left our willingness in the back seat of the car. And we wonder why we don't get far in our journey. It's because we lose the willingness and perseverance to move forward and deal with difficult situations. When you put out that prayer, keep in mind that you have to have a bit of a let go, surrender mentality. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to have to let go of in order to achieve what it is that you're praying about. For some strange reason, we have been taught, or we believe, that if we try to seek something, we can also hold on to what it is that we're trying to let go of at the same time. It doesn't work like that. In order for you to gain something, you have to lose something. So in order for you to gain a new life and whatever it is that you want to do for yourself, keep in perspective, something's going to have to be let go of. And a lot of times, if it's not a person, place, or thing, it's our behaviors, our behavior patterns, our mindset, our emotions that are tied to these old aspects of ourselves, our thoughts, etc., etc. So to end off this video, ask yourself if you are ready for your next stage in your life. And if you are, put out the request to God, source, the universe, and then wait, allow for that answer to come. Put on your motherfucking boots and go to work. Peace.